You know what? I've been wanting to do this. I'm just going to give my overview of the classes because it might be useful for anybody watching. The alchemist engages with the alchemical items system, and it's I wouldn't recommend it to beginners, but basically alchemical items let you prepare things like healing items and buffing items or things that improve your skills or give you utility, and you get to pass them out among the party. And they can also throw bombs, which can target specific energy or damage weaknesses. So if you like the idea of being like really smart and cracking the code, that a lot of people find it challenging to play too. So there's the alchemist. The barbarian does lots of big damage and lots of martial damage, but they're also a little weaker in defense. And they also each get to choose an instinct at level 1, which can which is the source of their supernatural power, and they're a little more supernatural than what people might be used to. The dragon instinct, for example, can make you sprout wings at higher levels or transform into a dragon. The giant instinct, at higher levels, you can turn into large or even huge size. They do the biggest damage. The animal instinct lets you turn into an animal of your choice at higher levels, but starting at level 1, you get an aspect, one of their unarmed attacks, including a frog tongue. The bard is, as I described, they inspire their allies. They have the occult spellcasting, which is affecting minds, debuffing enemies, and some healing. The champion is this game's version of the paladin, and they are they have the strongest defenses. They also are about defending their allies. Whenever their ally gets hit or damaged, the champion usually has an immediate reaction to it. That fact usually means, too, that they draw the attention of the enemy. The cleric is healer, buffing, religious-themed, healing. The druid is nature-themed casting. You can also get feats that let you change your shape and summon animals. You also get to have an animal companion in Pathfinder 2e as a druid. And animal companions are good. They're not super weak. Okay, fighters are the most accurate martials. They have the highest attack bonus, and so that means they hit the most and crit the most. And they're about their feats. Their feats let them specialize in certain martial techniques. And at higher levels, you get to change those feats in the morning. Monks are the unarmed fighters. They have very good defense, and they can switch between different stances to enhance their abilities, their unarmed strikes, or defenses or other things. And their key ability is called Flurry of Blows. You only have 3 actions in this game, and you want to be able to do more things than you usually have the number of actions for. And the monk has the unique ability to do 2 attacks with 1 action. The ranger is a martial character who can fight with melee or ranged weapons, and they are good at hunting a specific prey that they can track very well, but also get combat advantages against in combat. They spend 1 action to hone in on something, and then they're very good at killing it. The rogue has the most skills in the game, which are quite powerful in this system. There are rules for every skill to make it, and you get more skill feats than any other class, and more skill increases. You get to improve your skills in this game as well beyond level 1. Through your voluntary choices, and they're about getting sneak attack damage and being opportunistic. And there are rogues that are focused on dexterity. There are rogues that are focused on strength, called are they called thugs? I want to say thugs. There are those that are focused on charisma.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Sorcerers are they get their magic from event in their past or their ancestry. It's inherent to them. They are the spontaneous casters. So they have a very limited number of spells. I think it's 3 at level 1 that are all the spells they can choose from. But they can choose at the time they cast it which of the spells in their spell list they actually fire. Which, imagine 5e casting, but you only have 3 spells that you can choose from. Well, it's the same as the sorcerer in 5e, actually. The wizard is somebody who has a spell book, but at the beginning of the day, they have to predict what spells they're going to need that day. And they prepare them. And if you were playing it in person, when you cast your fireball spell, you cross it off your character sheet, and you cannot cast that spell again because you only thought you were going to need it one time. They're compensated by the fact that they have a spell book that they have more flexibility day to day than sorcerers. They can choose different spells in the morning. So anyway, that's my overview.